Hello. Welcome to Let's Get Down to Business. Let's talk about business and what's going on in business and what needs to shift and how do we start to balance business strategies with spiritual insight. And so I want to start the conversation by essentially reminding us that we are all energy. Everything that is created is just energy. You are an energetic being that's watching this. I'm an energetic being. And the work that we do is energy. We are just energy. There's nothing more, nothing less that's going on other than energetics. And when we think about business and how do we apply spiritual insights, spiritual principles to business, we have to realize that first and foremost, the laws that apply to us as individuals apply to business. And they're one and the same. We actually, just like gravity holds us down on this earth, and we call it the law of gravity, we have laws that are in play that are governing the way that we're supposed to work. And some of those laws, when we don't follow them, we get karma. So karma isn't bad, it's just lessons. So we might not accelerate or grow our businesses fast. We might have a downturn or something happen. We also have, that's part of business that's reflected in the entire universe, is the law of rhythm. The law of everything has a season. There is an ebb and flow to everything. Just like we have 4 seasons, there's a spring, there's a summer, there's a winter, there's a fall. There is a cycle. There's a moon cycle. Everything operates in cycles. Your business operates in cycles. We don't get to pretend like those rules that govern us don't apply to what we here are doing. Just like Mother Nature goes through, winter, and then we have spring, and then we have summer, and then we have fall. All of those play a key role in the balance of the universe. They're also examples of teaching us lessons. If we were like full on blast summer 24/7, like all the time, like you wouldn't have the world that we live in. You wouldn't have the crops. Nothing would be in balance without the cycles that also govern the universe. So the other principle that I would say really applies to business, they all do, but that I would really offer and share is like the law of assumption, the law of attraction, the law of where you start from is where you will end up. So if you start in a state of lack, no matter all the tactics that you put into place, all the things that you do, you're going to circle right back to a state of lack. We live in a friendly, infinitely abundant universe. We have so much abundance, our minds can't even wrap around. What are we lacking? What are we lacking? We are lacking nothing. Money flows effortlessly at all times. There's money flowing everywhere. That's an energy exchange of goods and services. That's it. That's all money is. It's a tool for us to up level and create on this planet. That's all. That's all it is. Our worth is not determined by our bank account. The essence of our soul isn't determined by our bank account. The only thing that money is like a paintbrush for us to create, or the canvas to put together what we're looking for. That's all money is. And when we are in lack, and what I've seen, and I'm seeing this with a lot of brands that I work for and do consulting work with, is many of them come from a scarcity mindset. Well, guess what you're going to create more of? More scarcity. So if you're in lack and you're thinking, okay, well, my way of handling this is going to be cutting people's pay. They'll be making half of what they were before. You're going to get half of everything else back. You're going to get half of the customer service level. You're going to get half of your sales cut. Like, yeah, you might have saved on your payroll line, but I want one business, and I have been in corporate America for 20 plus years. I would like for one business to show me when they constricted down and cut, and put the fear of God in everybody, and everybody's acting frantic. Everybody's now cutting shifts, sending people home, laying people off, cutting pay. What were your results? It's energetics. It's energetics. You can't outrun a negative attraction point. You might save money over the course of time, but most of the time you've damaged your morale, you've lost the productivity of your team, you've lost their engagement because how are they supposed to be engaged in the work you want them to do in the world when you're asking them to do it for half the amount of money they did with it previously? We are changing and evolving in consciousness in society. People are starting to figure out that they don't need to stay and work for your company. The only reason why you have a vast majority of employees working at your place of employment is out of fear, because they themselves may or may not have woken up to the infinite abundance of the universe and realize that they can create their own reality, that they can manifest what they desire, because the universe is infinitely abundant. So if you don't create an infinitely abundant work environment, if you don't have an attraction point that makes people love coming in for work, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to have people quiet quit. You're going to have people that leave. You're going to have people not engaged, not producing. So you got to look at your business and go, are we high vibe? Are we energetically so clear on what we're here to do and how we're supposed to serve the public? And we're not doing things to get from somebody else. We are here to give and to receive. Like, we are going through a major shift in the consciousness of humanity. We are going through a major shift on this planet. And the shift that's occurring is moving us towards understanding that we have to exist in right relationship with the universe. And that means that then we have to come into right relationship with everyone and everything. Everything exists in relationship. And if we are here to take from others versus give, and understand when I am infinitely giving, I'm going to infinitely receive. How do I positively impact the trajectory of humanity through the goods, services, you name it, that you offer through your business? Are you vibrationally aligned with what you're offering up? Are you crystal clear on what does your vibe need to be? Because you are the creators of your own reality. Everything becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you are doing stuff to go, okay, I'm going to sell this product at this, and I'll make this, and I'll say I'll do this, but who gives a shit if I really do that? Or I'll kind of do it, but if it's half-assed, then I'll get in an argument with the customer and tell them, sorry, no can do, you're shit out of luck. You signed this contract, too bad. Sorry you didn't like that. You're going to eventually receive your karma. You will get it. And I'm seeing this over and over and over again in business, is people are not building their businesses the right way from the place of the energetics and the soul, and aligning with what's in the right action to go do based on that vibrational alignment. And when you are in a mode of taking versus giving and wanting to make X number of dollars to pad your pockets, you're eventually going to get karma. You're going to get declined stock prices. You're going to have people pissed. You might have to shut down your business. You will eventually get it back because you're not working in cooperation with the universe. The only way the universe can balance itself is by bringing you back into balance. So you might think you're getting away with it, but there's no outrunning God, source, the universe, divine, whatever you call it. You can't outwit it because it's a power greater than ourselves. And the other thing I would offer up is the ego is the illusion of our separate self. So if our ego is getting in the way of making decisions versus truly working on coming into our vibrational alignment as a human being to then receive from the universe what we're supposed to go do in the world and follow that intuition, not follow, what this is what's always been done. There's no, this is the way it's always been done. Because if you have not noticed or felt or seen, those changes are rapidly ending. They are coming to an end. So if you don't start to shift and get on the leading edge with focusing on your energy, your business being an energetic being, that you need to apply the universal laws that govern our universe, eventually you might not be in business. You will cease to exist, because that's where we're headed as a human collective. Consciousness is rising, which means we have to come into a different density of being, which means we have to come into a higher level of consciousness, which means raising our vibration, understanding that we operate from a space of unconditional love, that we are here to give, and that the universe is infinitely abundant and we are going to receive. But the only way we're going to do that and infinitely receive what the universe wants to give us is by shifting the energetics, coming into alignment. And going through my shamanic training and going, okay, why am I here? Like, I am just a vessel for source to work through. And I have insights and downloads around where business is heading, what's going on. And I can tell you, like, I can predict it. Not like I'm some Rain Man, but it's like when you start to learn how the universe works, you can realize who's going to be successful and who's not going to be successful. People our feelings, they pick up on your vibe. Your vibe is more important than anything else. What's your vibe? You can tell them a bunch of different stuff. You can teach them a bunch of slick sales tactics. Oh, here's this objection. Here's what you should say. Yeah, buy. If you don't buy, it goes up in price. Are you serving the need of the person in front of you? Because price becomes less important when you are truly in service. So one of the things that I have been called to do is, how do you bring spirituality, universal laws, Shamanism, being able to read people's businesses, tell you where you need to go with your businesses, how to align your frequency as a leader to get the greatest output in your business. That's what I do. That's what God put me here to do. And that's what I'm here to follow. I'm here to follow what he is asking me to do. And so my goal is to gift you guys as much knowledge and as much information so that it can change the trajectory for you. So I'm working on a workshop coming up. So more details to come around spiritual leadership for entrepreneurs. So please be on the lookout. I'm still just refining all the materials, but this is your opportunity to step in and go, am I aligned and am I working from source and aligned with source and truly being in service of humanity? Because when you do that, you're going to reap the rewards that you don't even know possible. So we're here to shift the game. If you want to get on the leading edge of getting way in front of this and quit feeling like you're on the hamster wheel and it's going nowhere, or it's like, okay, we cut, okay, sales are up, oh, sales are down. Like, let's get off the hamster wheel. Let's do the real work. Let's really shift. Let's innovate. Let's create. Let's become the most abundant, magical human beings that we can be, that then when we're that, we translate that into our business. And guess what? The only resource you have on this planet is your people. So you're going to have a capital problem, but it's going to be a human capital problem of really creating the most engaging, inspiring workplace that gets people to move in alignment with the energy of the universe to produce the most incredible things beyond what we have even imagined. So I'd love to book a call with you. If you want to talk about this, you want me to look at your business and give you my intuitive insights, but let's start changing the trajectory. Let's do this before we have any more bankruptcies, before we have any more business closures. Like, let's figure out how to energetic realign your business for optimal performance and maximum success.